Fire in the hole.
The M1 carbine was first issued in 1942 in the midst of World War II, and 6.1 million were mass-produced, which outpaced the manufacturing of the main battle rifle, the M1 Garand, which was over 5.4 million. It was in service in the U.S. military for 31 years from 1942 to 1973. It went through World War II, the Korean War, and through the Vietnam War. The U.S. military started 5 different variants of the .30 carbine. The M1A1 carbine with a wooden stock and a folding stock. The M2 carbine with the automatic firing capability with the selector switch on the left side of the weapon, as well as the T3 carbine, developed late in World War II. The T3 carbine had modified mounting for infrared, which is a night vision scope. The M3 carbine was basically the same as the T3 with the semi or fully automatic capability. This is Special Sleep for Steadfast Courage. Today we'll be taking a look at the M1 carbine. So what I'll be shooting today is MagTech rounds, which is also 7.62 by 33 rounds. It's a weapon steeped in rich history, and I'll be taking a look at it today. Without further ado, let's go shooting. First 15 round magazine. Find out what happened. I think he's dead. Since this is an old weapon, what I did before I started shooting is I disassembled the magazine and stretched out the springs so it can perform a little better. But it didn't work, as you can see. I'm thinking it's because it's really old as hell. I had a hard time with 30 round magazine because it kept jamming on me. The 15 round magazine was a little better. Even when the guy shooting it, the 15 round magazine worked way better than the 30 round magazine. The recoil is minimum. It has hardly any recoil. Light. It's a good weapon. Good enough to take in battle. I got a target out here 25 meters, and I got a target out there roughly about 257 meters. First thing, I'm going to shoot at the 25 meter targets. When I first shot this, it wasn't lubed up. I was testing out the resiliency of the weapon. See if it can fire without any lube. See what those boys went through back in the day. Alright. That should be good. Damn it, I can't see. Got it. Oh, that's fast. Got it. Hi. Hi. Got it. After shooting this weapon for a while, I have gained an appreciation for this weapon that helped win World War II. Everyone always talks about the M1 Garand, but hardly ever mentions the M1 Carbine, which is a shame. But it was a big part of winning World War II and fighting in North Korea and in Vietnam. Got it. As you see, the weapon kept jamming on me. It had failure to feed several times as I was test firing the weapon. After shooting the M1 Carbine, I found it very interesting. It's a very interesting weapon. Very small, very short, very accurate. I had no problems shooting at 160, 150 meters. Well, I'm not a very good shot because I'm not very good with iron sights. Iron sights took some getting used to, and I wouldn't take your iron sights out, if you ask me. The M1 Carbine is very interesting. It has a rich history going back 77 years. It was good enough for World War II, good enough for the Korean War, good enough for the beginning of the Vietnam War, so I really had no complaints about it except the iron sights. I can't see through that little peephole. Alright, this is Specialist Lee signing off. Been missing them. And another thing, I'd like to thank Calibers of Albuquerque for letting me shoot in their range. They know a lot about guns, I mean, let me tell you, they're really good at what they do. I also like to thank my dad. Without him, this video wouldn't be possible. Thanks, Dad. And I'm spent. Not bad if I say so myself. For hardly shooting with iron sights.